moment I saw the trailer of Mimi, which, let's face it, gives away the entire story in itself, I knew that this movie was going to be a complete misrepresentation of surrogacy. But I decided to wait for the movie to actually release and see it before I could give my opinion on it. And well, after seeing the movie, the disappointment has just grown more. Being a fertility doctor myself and having catered to hundreds of cases of surrogacy for over a few years now, it is appalling to see the amount of misinformation this movie presents to us with. In fact, it is sad to see that the makers and the writers, before making a film on such a complex and sensitive subject, have not taken even an inch of effort to research the facts, the laws, and the regulations that move around surrogacy in our country. Hell, if they would have taken 5 minutes to Google surrogacy laws in India, they would have realized that their entire movie was based on false statements and false information. Also, what is even more sad is that the writer and the director have put in such loose and sleazy language around sensitive topics, such as calling the surrogates a fresh stock of beautiful girls, talking about Down syndrome as mentally retarded child who's supposed to be abandoned, etc. Now, let me elaborate the misrepresentation of the facts that I've been talking about. The most important is the first one. The entire movie is based on foreign surrogacy, which means non-Indian passport holders who come to India for surrogacy. Now remember, November 2015, the government of India put a blanket ban on foreign surrogacy. So as of today, these foreign couples cannot cater surrogacy services in our country. Now, even though the entire movie is based around the process of surrogacy, the director couldn't even spare a minute to explain to the audience how the process would have actually worked. The first apparent option of surrogate that Pankaj Tripathi actually presents to the foreign couple is this old lady who apparently has given birth to 12 children. Fact check. According to our laws and recommendation, any lady about 35 years of age is not allowed to become a surrogate. There also is a limitation on the number of children she has had in her previous pregnancies. Third point, coming to Kriti Sanon, a 25-year-old unmarried dancer who becomes the surrogate to the foreign couple. Fact check. According to the laws, anyone who becomes a surrogate needs to be a married lady with one living child of her own. Fourth point, Kriti Sanon easily agrees, without the consent of her parents or her husband, to undergo surrogacy. Fact check, it does not work like that. Undergoing surrogacy by a lady involves counseling of her entire family along with her partner. Only then is she allowed to undergo surrogacy. You would also require to submit documents such as your Aadhaar card, your marriage certificates, etc. So it's not as easy as you think. Fifth point, the doctor somehow miraculously at the 8th or 9th month of her pregnancy diagnoses that she's got a mentally retarded child and then goes on to say it's Down syndrome. Well, factually, a Down syndrome test is done as early as 3 months or 13 weeks to 16 weeks of pregnancy. Okay, it is so callously and casually thrown around that the couple now doesn't want a child, and the surrogate, which is Kriti Sanon, should abort the child. Remember, surrogacy is not a contract in air. It's a legally binding contract. A couple cannot abandon a child which is being born through surrogacy. It is an offense that would put the couple behind bars